Hi guys, I'm Clem and today I'm going to be doing the Mid-Year Freakout book tag. I don't remember right now the name of the creator, but as usual I'm going to link her channel down below, so go check it out as soon as you finish this video. And basically this tag is a way to look back at everything you've read since January, since it's the middle of the year, since we're in June. So I'm going to talk about the books I've read so far. The first question is the best book you've read so far this year. This question is the hardest for me because since January, most of the books I read are 5 stars read for me, so it's really hard for me to pick just one book, and right now I still don't know which book I'm going to pick. So in the end I picked The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. As I told you, it could have been so many other books, but this one is one I'm not going to mention for the other question, so I'm going to mention it here. It was a 5 stars read for me, as you can guess, and it was really amazing because while starting I only thought that it was a contemporary but in the past and a gay love story, but actually there is so much more in this story, and there is a moment where the genre shift in a way, and I didn't expect that at all. So it was really a good surprise and I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the latest guide to Piracy in Petticoat that's coming out this fall. So yeah, I'm really excited. The second question is the best sequel you've read so far this year. And for this, without a doubt, it is A Gathering of Shadows by V. Schwab. This is the second book in the Shade of Magic trilogy, and this book is brilliant. It's really good. It could have been also my favorite book I've read so far this year, but since it's my favorite sequel, I really enjoyed it. It's I thought it was going to follow more the end of the first book, but so many things happen in this one, and I was happy, and I think it was necessary to put those elements and those characters and everything that happened in this book in order to have the last book, which is something that's going to make me suffer, I'm sure of it. So yeah, it was really amazing. I can't wait to read the last one, and yeah, I want to reread it really soon because I love it. Question 3 is a new release that you want to read but still have to read. And here I picked Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. So it's the conclusion in the Illuminae Files trilogy. This came out in March and I was super pumped for this, but I still haven't read it because I hadn't the chance to read it, because after March it was April and May and I had all my exam to do and all my essay to write. So yeah, this baby is still on my shelf and begging me to read him. So it's going to happen soon. I don't really know when, because I don't know if I want to read Illuminae and Gemina before to be sure to understand everything. But at the same time I really want to read it right now, so I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen, but I really want to read it. Question 4 is your most anticipated releases for the rest of the year. And here again, without a doubt, it is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. It will be the conclusion in the Dark Artifices trilogy. I want this book right now. I can't wait to be in December just for this book. I'm sure I'm going to cry, it's going to break me, but I want to read it so badly because the Dark Artifices is now one of my favorite trilogy. I love everything else that Cassandra Clare wrote, but this one speak to me in a way. I don't know, I love it so much and I want this book right now. Question 5 is your biggest disappointment. For me, my biggest disappointment so far is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I've read this book in March or something like that, and I already talked about it in this channel, but it was good. I can understand why people like it, but for me it was too much. I really had high expectations for this book and I was really disappointed because none of them were reached. So I don't know, and it was way too poetic for me, and I don't know, the story between the two brother and sister and their relationship is really interesting, and this whole recovery from their mom's death is also really interesting. But I don't know, I don't know, it was too much for me at some point, and I didn't really care for any of the characters, and some of them were really awful. I don't know. I just didn't like it. So yeah, it's my biggest disappointment. Question 6 is your biggest surprise. For this, I can't choose. I have 3 books and I can't decide between the 3 of them, so we'll have to go with it. The first one I'm going to mention is Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. This book was really a good surprise for me because it's a contemporary. I really enjoy contemporary, I love reading them, but most of the time I'm a bit disappointed or like it's cute but maybe too much. And this one was just perfect. I really loved the love story between the two, all the movies reference and everything that's happened in this book. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to read another Jen Bennett like books. I really enjoyed it. It was really a good surprise. The second book that really surprised me was All the Crickets Sing by Maggie Stiefvater. And once again, I was like, Maggie put a spell on me with her writing and her story. It's really beautiful and I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. This book is really whimsical and I don't know, I love the mood of it, the characters, the plot, everything. And I don't know, it made me think about a lot of things like on life and society. I don't know if it was the point of the book, but it made me. And I really enjoyed it. It was really, really good. I loved it so, so much. And the last book that really surprised me was Scythe by Neal Shusterman. I read this book like last month and it was really amazing. Once again, I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. And it was really complicated for me to read it because at some point I didn't really understand what was happening in a way that the world building is a bit messy and blurry. So I thought for a long period of time but I wasn't going to enjoy it, but at the end, like the last 100 pages is amazing. I loved it so much and like I can't wait to read the second one. I ordered it. It's coming this weekend to my home. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but it was really an amazing surprise and I'm so glad I read it. Question 7 is your favorite new author. So for this is a bit complicated because usually an author becomes one of my favorite when I read several books from him, and most of the books I read like from the beginning of the year are like the first novel I read from this author. For example, Neal Shusterman is the first book I read from him. Jen Bennett, who I absolutely love, is the first book I read from him, from her. So I don't really know if it's going to be one of my favorite authors. But I choose to pick V.E. Schwab because the only book I read from her before were A Darker Shade of Magic. I haven't read anything. No, I haven't. So it was like with A Gathering of Shadows, she really become one of my favorite authors. I can say right now that she's amazing. I love her, like her writing style is amazing, her world building also. So yeah, I really enjoyed her and she's amazing. Question 8 is your newest favorite crush. For this I have 2 because like I can't choose, you know me. The first one is Caden from The Remnant Chronicle by Mary Pearson. I had read The Kiss of Deception last year or 2 years ago, I don't really remember. And I like Caden, but I didn't know anything about him, like he was like a stranger to me, so I didn't really enjoy him. But like in April I read The Heart of a Betrayal and I discovered a new Caden that I absolutely love. Is my precious cinnamon. I want to protect him from this world. He's too pure for this world and I love him so much. And the second one is Jamie Watson from A Study in Charlotte, like by Brittany Cavallero. This guy is just so cute and so nice. He's funny, he's clever, he's caring, he's like perfect, and I don't know, him too. I want to protect him from everything bad in the world. Like, he's so precious. Question 9 is your newest favorite character. For this, I could have picked so many people, but I decided to pick Charlotte Holmes from A Study in Charlotte. For the only reason that Charlotte Holmes is a character that we don't see most of the time. Like, she's a main character, she's not really likable in so many ways because, you know, just as Sherlock, she's really like, she doesn't really like people and she doesn't know how to talk to them, and she thinks that human like nature is kind of stupid, like the feelings and everything. And she's so well written in this book that I really like her for this, because like she's like, you can't really like her as much as any other character, because sometimes she says stuff and you're like, why are you saying that? But at the same time she's so cute and I love her, like I want to fight for her even though she doesn't need my help for that. But yeah, I really enjoy her character. And yeah. Question 10 is a book that made you cry. So this question is a bit tricky for me because usually I don't cry in front of a book, or if I cry it's because it really broke me. Like the last book I read that made me cry might be The Last Star by Rick Yancey, so the last book in the Faith Wave. Like I'm not sure I cried in front of a book since then, and it was like 2 years ago or something like that. So like, let's say the book that made me emotional this year might be The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. And if you know, I didn't like this book at all. Like there's so many wrong things in it for me, like I don't know, it was so not for me. But at the end it made me emotional because it's something I didn't expect, because I wasn't enjoying what I was reading, and the ending happened, and yeah, it was hard for me. So the ending happened and it really like got me, like I got emotional because what was telling was really sad and at the same time happy. I don't know, I just love the ending in this book, so yeah, it made me emotional. Question 11 is a book that made you happy. For this I pick once again Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett, because it's such a feel-good book and it was just so cute, and it happens in California and the characters are amazing. So yeah, it really made me happy and made me feel good, so this book is really brilliant for that. Question 12 is favorite book to movie adaptation you've seen this year. I think like nobody can say anything except Love, Simon, because like except Love, Simon, like Ready Player One came out and it was like not that good. I think I haven't seen it, I haven't read the book, but Love, Simon was amazing. It was one of my favorite books. It's still one of my favorite books, so I was really excited when I heard like 1 or 2 years ago it was it'd be turned into a movie, and I finally saw it like at the beginning of the month. It's amazing. I love it so much. The cast is perfect, really perfect, and the story is so cute. I don't know, I love it so much. Question 13 is your favorite video you've made this year. And it has to be like the playlist book tag. I really enjoy doing this sort of video. I love like putting on music and picking a book that go with this music. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you like it or not. Tell me in the comment down below if you enjoy the playlist book tag, because I plan on doing a lot more. So if you don't like it, I'm not going to do it, or at least a few less, I don't know. Just tell me if you like it, if you enjoy it as much as I do, because I really love those videos. Question 14 is the most beautiful book you've gotten this year. I've received a lot of books this year, but nothing can come close to the beauty of A Conjuring of Light by V. Schwab. Those covers, like those one like with in red, black and white, are amazing. They're my favorite one, and this one is really a masterpiece. I love it so much. Like I'm in love with those book covers, and I don't know, I'm in love with this series, so makes sense, I think. And last but not least, question 15 is what books do you need to read before the end of the year? Too many, way too much. Like before the end of the year I need to have finished my several rereadings, so my TMI reread and my Legend reread. I also need to have read and finished Shade of Magic. I also need to have read and finished the Throne of Glass series to be like up to date and be able to read the last and final book in this series and after be done with it. I also need to read Warstorm so I can be over with the Red Queen series. I need to read, I don't know, I need to read so many things. Like basically I would like to have Killed by Alf, my TBR pile on my shelf, so many books to read. So yeah guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Might tag a few people to do it in the comment down below, so go check it out to see if I tag you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Tell me in the comment down below anything you would like to tell me and we will chat about it. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye guys!